streaming and why they do that? Well, today I have a guest. I'm very excited to bring Matt on with us. Matt, if you wouldn't mind just introducing yourself to our audience, that'd be great.
For sure. Thanks so much for having me, Rose. So I'm Matt Travis, and I run an online coaching program called The Potential You. And it is all about helping women, service-based entrepreneurs optimize and transform their mind, their body, and their business. So just super excited to be here. Let's go.
Exactly. That's one of the things, right? So one of the questions that I have for you is why live streaming? What brought you to this medium?
Yeah, I love live streaming. And originally, I didn't like it. Like the thought of I remember when Facebook Live came out, I was like, oh, it almost scared me because I was like, you have to talk live in front of people, and like, what if I make a mistake, and what if it doesn't go right? And I had all these stories in my head. But then when I started doing it, I fell in love with the fact that there's no editing. You don't need to pay extra money to send it off to a person to make it perfect. I can be myself, and you just get to be your raw, authentic self and make mistakes. And yeah, it's just easier. Like it gets rid of all the perfectionism in regular video. Like everyone sees what's out there right now and they think, oh, I need to be like this, or I need it to be perfect. And then the message that they should be bringing to the world isn't getting out to the world because you're stuck on steps 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 when you could just hit go live.
And I
Right?
completely agree with you, right? Because so we answered the question, why live streaming? So why live streaming now, like in our world today?
Yeah, the we are the most connected and disconnected in my mind than we've ever been before in history. So my whole process that I take my business clients through is all about caring connections, selfless serving, and subconscious sales to grow your business. So, I mean, in the world that we're in, like a lot of times you feel like there's so much distance between you and the person that could help you that it makes it almost feel insurmountable. Like they can't actually connect with you, they can't talk with you. But the nice part about doing live is you can ask questions in the chat and then I can start answering those questions. So now we're starting to create that rapport and connection. The second part of it is it just feels subconsciously better when you are talking to someone that's real, and it's not a like it creates this talk and response dynamic, which you don't get in video. Like you can watch a video and then you post a comment. You don't know if anybody's going to respond back to you. But when it's live like this, I mean, if anybody responded right now, we would be able to respond back to them. Like if they had a question, we'd be like, hey, this is the answer to your question. So I just love this modality in a massive way. So yeah, I can't think of a better way to connect with people in the age of AI. See, there's somebody commenting
Exactly.
right now. I love this.
Yes, that's one of my things, right? Is with the
Yeah,
rise of AI, I feel strongly that live streaming will always show to someone that you are a real person. Now, I know AI
for
has
sure.
a lot of capabilities and, there are some things that kind of get mushed around there, but I always think that when you really want to make a connection with someone, the way to do that is on a live stream. Because who knows? Like in one of my last live streams, I had a cute little, what was it? It was an ermine. Have you ever heard of what an ermine is?
No.
So an ermine turns completely white in winter to match since I live in the mountains. And he was
Got
running
it.
around on the outside. And I was like, you have to see this creature because you don't usually see them. And I literally just
So
turned the camera around, showed the ermine, and was like, I hope you saw that. And when
that's
I
awesome.
watched it again, it was there, right? You just never know what's going to happen, but that's
Yep.
okay. And this is why big brands are not using live streaming just yet, or
Yep.
they're recording items to upload them as a live stream, but it's not actually live. And I
Can
guarantee
I?
you that the audience will know when, it's not
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
and
Can I add one
authentically
more
live.
thing to this? Can I add one more thing? Because I think this is
Please.
super important, where it's like, especially if you're a coach or a consultant or some type of service base and you're watching this, think about it like this. This is what happens to a lot of people. They think they need to be perfect and that no one will hire you if you're not perfect. But the thing that I love about live streaming is that it allows people to fully relate with you and make mistakes. Like we were trying to, before this, we went live here, we are having some tech stuff to try to figure out how to make it go live. But it didn't matter. It was awesome. And we both stayed calm and cool and we just made it work out. And it's like nobody wants a perfect coach. Nobody wants a perfectionist, because then they don't feel like they can actually recreate what you're doing. Like you're giving people, Rose, you're giving people hope that they can actually have their own TV show in 2025 that can reach the masses and actually attract their ideal clients. Super amazing.
Absolutely. Yes. And we have people that are actually on the stream right now indicating
Totally.
that, that's true. It also allows us to everybody else's perspectives, right? So
For
it's
sure.
not just one sided. We can talk about what our opinions are, but others can give us their opinions as well, which I think is really important.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you could tell us a story when you actually had a very lucrative live stream happen for you.
Yeah, so I do live events every single month, and it has been hands down the most lucrative, best way to build rapport, best way to connect with clients. Period, without a doubt, without a shadow of doubt. That's why I'm literally leaning into in 2025. My whole focus is live streaming on YouTube, because it's been so successful on Facebook and Instagram and places like that. Like I'm like, man, I just want to turn this on to a whole different level. And it's so interesting because for any of you that have ever like done a course or something like that, like when it's not live, people will just kind of fall off because they don't feel like there's anyone on the other end, the other side of the screen that's going to notice. Right. But when you're live and you can see these people, right? I've seen the numbers go up and down and who's coming in and who's coming out and who's watching.
Yeah.
And there's people commenting, which is awesome. And it's like, that makes it so that you feel more like you need to interact or you need to be there. So it actually allows you to have a better result in keeping people's attention because they're like, I don't want to miss it. So it almost creates a subconscious FOMO, like a fear of missing out, right?
Right.
And yeah, I attribute the live streaming and live challenges and mini courses that I do every single month to my massive business growth. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, and I've been to them. They're amazing.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
for
So
sure.
yeah, and we had some other people write in saying like if an any guy any if an any day kind of guy can do it, it shows we can do it too, right? Like
Bingo.
we're just everyday people too. We may have success in our lives and we do different things than other people, but we believe in the people, right? And giving people a
Yep.
voice to be heard. Like if you have a question, let us know. We're happy to answer it. If you have an opinion, we're also happy to, listen to what your opinion is. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
very important in your business, and you see the importance of that today and want to ramp it up even more for 2025. That's exciting. So, another
Yeah.
question I have for you is if someone were to think about doing a live streaming show, right? And they were very new at it, what is a one secret type of thing that you could tell someone about live streaming that normal people wouldn't really know? Like some
Yeah.
secret that you have about when you
Great
live stream
question.
that you're like, you know what's really important? This.
Yeah. So I love this question because it makes me smile because it brings me back to the first time I started live streaming when I jumped on the Facebook live train. Like I'm talking circa 2016, 2017 when it was just becoming big. I remember going on and like feeling super weird because I could talk to a crowd of people and it not be an issue. But for some reason, when I was talking to the lens and I was doing it live, it was weird. There was like a weird, yeah, it felt weird. And this was something that changed the game for me. Was I created my kind of imaginary avatar, and so her name is, she's not a real person, but her name's Andrea Klein. And I know everything about this woman. So like I know she's a woman service-based entrepreneur, and I just know all the facts. She has two kids, Jack and Grace, and like all of the challenges she goes through as a mom and all the ups and downs and ins and outs. So every time I was talking to this lens, I was always just talking to her. So it
Yes.
made it that, like, because I mean, it's easy for you and me to talk back and forth to each other. But let's say, folks, that you were doing your live show and you didn't have somebody that you were talking to. Like, you need to pretend like you're actually talking to somebody, or it can get weird. like, and that's what I found. And so when I started finally just talking to Andrea, my messaging, my marketing, and the conversions on it went up because I was actually like, it was almost created that conversational feel, even if there was nobody there live with me.
Yeah, isn't that so powerful? And people
Very.
forget that sometimes you go live and no one is watching it at the moment. I mean, we know we live in a very busy life, but this will live on forever, right? So this particular live stream, it was live at the time, but people can go back and watch it. And when I put in the right
Totally.
keywords and all the things that I need to do to make sure that this video is found, in addition to pulling out clips of you and I talking and what's important for business people to know,
Yeah,
it becomes even more powerful that they listen to this little clip and they're drawn to listening to our entire conversation. So this has
for
been really
sure.
great, like talking with you
Yeah,
today, because this is a new live streaming show for me, and it's important for me to get the perspectives of different people, whether male or female, because I feel that that's very
yeah.
important. So tell us how we can get in contact with you if we so desire to feel like we need to reach out to you to ask a question or try to work
Yeah.
with you, or however you want people to connect with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So stay tuned, y'all, because the Potential You YouTube channel is gonna be doing its own live streaming show. So that's number one. Number two, you can totally just send me a connection request on Instagram at the Potential You, and it's with the letter U, folks, not YOU. It's the letter U, all one word. And then if you want to just connect with me on Facebook, send me a friend request, Matt Travis. And when you're looking for that person, it's the one that looks like me, because there's a lot of Matt Travises on there actually. So send me a friend request. Don't hesitate to reach out and ask me questions about anything. I'm an open book. I'm one of those people that I genuinely love connecting with people. Hence why I'm starting a live streaming show, because I want to connect with people. I don't want to just sit there and talk at you. I want you to. My show is all about creating action-oriented, gamified, um, yeah, ways of actually showing up and not just learning and binging content, but actually getting results from your content. So that's the goal, folks.
Yes. And if there's any reason why you can't find Matt, just get in contact with me. If you know how to spell my last name, then you're in. And you can contact me and I'll get you in touch with Matt. So
Perfect.
thank you so much for being here today. I wanted
My
to
pleasure.
say that we'll close up this little short stint with my audience and I like to say F perfect. How do you feel about that phrase?
That's what I live by. Like, that's why I'm starting a live show, because perfection, folks, is the leading cause of it's the leading cause of slowdown. It's the leading cause of you not achieving your goals, and it's the leading cause of exactly why the people that need you the most can't find you, is because you're trying to make it perfect when they just want you to show up, take action, and get results, folks. That's it.
So if you wouldn't mind just saying F perfect for everyone, we'd love it.
Yeah. F perfect. Let's go.
Exactly. So remember, keep it real and stand out by streaming live because it is your authentic edge in the AI age.